Welcome, I am GamerMage0, and last time we found quartz. We actually died several times over by the grassland areas. We worked our way through a cave where we found uranium and had to deal with a lot of spiders. We came up here, found the quartz, and had to battle a big spitter. But I probably went overboard. But hey, I found these beacons up here. I didn't notice that I placed them down last time. So if you guys watched the last video too, you'll know that this is going to be the third video where I messed up on my microphone. I generally record videos back to back, and it was at this point that I realized when I was done with this video that, hey, I wasn't recording. Great. So I'm recording over it. So I'm just basically playing a video and voicing over it as I watch. So it's like a reaction video. Yeah, it's not going to be as good as a reaction video because I already know what happens. But anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and deconstruct some of the elements around here because I really don't need most of this to be here. I just built it to help protect me from the fireballs and to allow me to attack back. So, and to be honest, the entire reason why I built this is because when I was first playing the game and I just got the rebar gun, and let's just admit I was not very good at fighting in it, I ended up building one of these, and that was the first time I survived fighting against those creatures. Otherwise, every other time I fought it, I would die. So now that I know a lot better about what I'm doing, and the fact that I have a jetpack, I generally should be much better than this, but I still resort to that building because it's still safer. But we got our quartz, we got everything there. Now it's just time for running home. But how do we get home from here? So, let's see. So now we kind of came, there's this giant cave kind of around where the area where I'm pointing now, actually. On the side we're kind of going back towards is where the top of the cave exits out. And I see that power slug there, by the way. But anyways, and then the bottom kind of is where that we went in through the ravine last episode and found where I died, basically, at the top of that ravine on like a land bridge that went over it. And then now down towards the bottom of that is where we first encountered the spiders. But we came up here, made it to the top of the mountain, or at least close to, and was able to finally find the quartz and a bunch of bacon, which is cool, and berries. Berries are always good. So this time I'm trying to see how far I can get past when I suddenly get stuck. Now if you remember the episode when we were looking for the Caterium, I got stuck in just the same way. It was a different kind of tree. I end up trying to figure out what to do, maybe switching items and jumping, or I keep trying a bunch of things. I end up figuring out that, like, I didn't think it was a tree I was stuck next to. I thought it was like a cave thing, and I didn't even really think I was touching the tree. So hoping placing that might move the character a little bit, and then I could do something. But when I finally figure it out and get my bearings, I realize that that one episode where I was hopefully wanting a chainsaw, well, I have one. You can see it right there. And that's a tree that I got stuck on. So I'm going to cut myself out of this. But of course, I can't seem to figure that out yet. I'm looking at it now going like, well, I'm stuck here. I'm not even touching it. But it is a tree. And then I don't know when it hits me. It's probably somewhere around here. It's like, wait a second. There we go. Got the chainsaw. Yep. There we go. Alright. I was afraid there that I was going to have to, like through the game menu, kill yourself and respawn. But that didn't have to happen. Really didn't want to have to do that. So, but that's where the cave was, is that direction. So we will not be going back that way. Let's go this way. And then there's a couple of those spitter guys there. Just going to grab these barrel nuts. Go grab some bacon while running away from them. And let's see where we can go. So this is part of what I mean about the I was talking about last episode about how the terrain in this game, you never seem to know where level is. Like, this is a huge amount higher than the ravine area, obviously. But it doesn't give you the sense that this is, how would I put it? Like, this game never gives you a sense that it prefers one level or another. Like, any level, just like in real life, can be level ground. Like, every city that you're in is going to seem like it's the right level, but it could be like above some mountains or even below some the sea level. So the ground or geography does weird things, and this game does a lot of weird things following that. It definitely does a few other weird things, like some of the land bridges. There's no way those would be there for very long. They might structurally be able to be there, but not for more than a dozen years probably, let alone thousands of years. That's just not going to happen. So there's some things in this game that make you wonder. I don't know if there's lighter gravity or something, but no matter how you do it, though, this game is beautiful with its geography and its plants, and the creatures are pretty cool too. So they got an okay amount of creatures, but it'd still be nice to kind of get a little bit more variety of maybe even non-harmful creatures or something. That's not really what this game's about, though, so I don't blame them if they end up not doing that. But that's the only thing that I feel like this world could use, is something to fill it out a little bit more. Like, for example, just putting fish in the water or other things like that. Obviously, that's going to be last on their mind. That'll be kind of like finishing touches type stuff. But then also your ability to move from one area to another, and even though you might recognize some of the trees and plants, to have suddenly a different like biome or area. And at that point, I don't know what's hurting me. It's poison. That's what was hurting me. I didn't realize that. I was so close to poison there. There we go. But these trees here, just how they kind of droop down, are pretty cool. Next to a couple of spitters. So we're just going to run through here. But then these plants up here, just kind of like with a bubble top on them, are really interesting. There we go. Seed some nuts and heal. And then it looks like oyster shells, or shells, dang it. There we go. And then you can see some mycelium. And then I have a giant spitter after me. That one's a green one. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to fly away as fast as I can. These ones are kind of cool too, but these don't say trees to me. These almost remind me more of like coral or something. How they have like the tubes on the end of them. So it's very interesting. But yeah, entering the jungle area or zone. This is the other starter area, and so I did not intend to necessarily go to the other starter area, but it ends up happening, so it'll take me a few minutes to actually get to the starter area still. I don't remember how long, but this is getting pretty close to that area. And partially you can just kind of recognize by the trees. Those drooping trees are kind of like a big part of it. And I'm putting on the Blade Runner so I don't like overuse the jet rockets when I need them. You can see those poison bush things. I really hope eventually there's a way to get rid of those poison bush things and those other poison things. Even if it's just like a late game thing, it'd be nice still. Didn't see that thing at first. It just kind of came through the underbrush. But they're not too hard to deal with most of the time. And then that one just kind of disappeared, of course. So these are some of the land bridges I was talking about before. But like the one in front of us is a land bridge, right? So, but then there's those rib-like looking things that are just kind of rounded that are in front of us. That just look like it's collected dirt and stuff. But then you'll see like those rib type things all over the place. And so, unlike their land bridges, I wonder if those things are more of a, like maybe a giant creature that had died at one time and their bones are still there, because that would make sense why it's still there like thousands of years later. But then I kind of wonder what kind of a creature would be that big that you'd get something like this. And then you find alien artifacts and stuff, and obviously we don't really know much about this game still. Like, we're able to play and build, but there's absolutely no storyline yet. Obviously there's going to be a story of some kind, but we don't know if there was aliens or something, and because we have alien artifacts. But this is the starter zone area right here. We have the iron, this is limestone up here, and then we'll have copper just on the other side of this. Not that way, but up there. And it's a gorgeous area. I have a base in this area that I'm just kind of testing out, where I'm building straight up. So it looks similar to our current base in this map. In fact, my playthrough in this one inspired that one. But I got those vertical lifts pretty quickly for that, and so started using almost exclusively those to build up. So it looks very different, and I'm almost building straight up, so it's kind of weird how the sun just about blots out here. You can hear a whip of some kind, either Mercer Sphere or the Summer Sloop. But I don't really want to take the time to search for it. I'm trying to get back home. But those bone things are just kind of everywhere. And then sometimes they have a weird angle on them, like that one in front of us. But like makes you wonder if that's like a hip bone or something. So I kind of wonder what their thoughts are and if we're going to get a story on those. And I don't know if anybody said anything about it yet. I definitely like to watch videos on this game as much. In fact, that's why I even started making it. Is just this is the first game I ever started making videos for. I just barely missed that. In fact, I don't know how it didn't hit me. There we go. I can see another one just behind the tree there. I think those are the only creatures, the things that I call chargers, are the only creatures that the game has in itself given a name. Called it a fluffy tail hog. So I like chargers because I like to describe it. Now going down here is a mistake because that's kind of going down to the same area that I just jumped over. Of course I'm not going to figure that out till a little bit later. But at least I got a yellow power slug out of it. So hey, it was still worth it. I hear either the Summer Sloop or Mercer Sphere. And we still don't know what those things are used for, but that's part of the alien thing I'm talking about. Some more of those spitters. I think it's here that I start to realize that I saw those land bridges before. Or at least close to here. Yep, there it is. Now I'm running back. I realized that was just a waste of time. I'm just going to run back. I'm not even going to worry about the power slug. I don't need to get in a battle with 3 of those things. It's just going to be annoying. So I think it came down the other path, but I don't think it really matters in this case. Those things make weird noises, those. I don't know what the game calls those either. Something like a... I don't know, like a land whale or something like that. Pretty cool. They're kind of bouncy, of course. As you've seen me, if you've been watching these videos, seen me jump off of them. I hear one right now, but I just decided to keep going. So you can tell there's a cliff up here because you just kind of don't see. Yep, and there it is. So I wanted to go up a little higher to see down a little bit better. But yeah, I wasn't even going to search for sulfur at this point. I just needed to get back to the home base. And we can start up the quartz and then we could search for sulfur later. This turned out to work for me. I wasn't sure if sliding down that was going to hurt me or not. I mean, if I need to, I can switch to the jetpack. And then there was that manta ray thing, or stingray, the flying stingray. It sounds like I have two creatures on me. Where'd it go? There it is. Gone. And there's one more, I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to run away from it instead of worrying about it. And here we are. I absolutely had no idea there was sulfur here. Never seen it before. Was just going home and trying to get home as fast as possible. And we ran right across a patch of sulfur. That could not have worked out any better. That was pretty awesome. Did not have to waste any time. But man, there's so many charges around here. I think 4 total. Sorry for the screen. I mean, like, when you're playing this, it doesn't look that bad because you're making it happen. But I realize watching it, it's like really shaky. So, I'm definitely going to put down a beacon. Name this just Sulfur, probably. I'm just deciding I don't need a few things on me. But I would like to get some of the sulfur home. At least to start it up in the MAM, and then maybe I can search for sulfur closer if there is any. Here we go. One miner. I'll make one more. If I have the space for it, which I think I could just move the gun or the beacon. And 2. So, I'm just deciding I don't really need the Caterium ore. Like, I've got it mining back home anyway, so not a big deal. It's one motor, don't need it. Might just hold on to everything else because I don't need to throw anything else away. Not really. That's going to give me at least 200 sulfur, and that's going to be what I'd like to get. Looks like we're not quite half there though. Alright, So because this is a video, I'm just gonna push this up a little bit because really all I do is wait. But now that I have 200 sulfur, let's head back. And then I kind of jump in the wrong area there. And I jump into a poison zone. Nice. That was brilliant. So I have to back up and find another way down. It's another thing about this world, it like pushes you in weird ways. Oh, but I found something here. That's interesting. Just gonna cut these down. I found something like these vines somewhere else before, and I don't think I've gone through them yet. But there's a whole cave here that I have not seen before. So I'm wondering if there's going to be spiders that come out. There aren't. Thank goodness, but I'm just kind of being really cautious because I'm like positive there is. But even though I didn't have any come out at me, I'm positive there will be. Like, I still think there should be spiders in here, or like there would be, based on what I went through before. And there we have another exit. Just about out. And then that's my coal base. And that's the thing, like, I'm positive this wasn't here before. Like, I'm pretty positive I would have noticed that. So it makes me wonder if in the last update the game devs actually added this area. Which means that there's probably going to be more updates, like adding things like spiders. Like, they're not going to just have a slug in there without something to defend it. Like, rarely, but occasionally, but usually that's a green one. But usually not something higher than that. But this gives us an easy way back home. So all we have to do is run across our conveyor belt. So that's just going to be what we do on this one. Is head back home here. And I believe... I'm just going to check out the end of the video here. Yep, we're going to be ending it somewhere around there. So if you guys like the video, please hit like and subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of future videos. And then make sure to leave comments below. Tell me what kinds of things you'd like to see me do. What kinds of things that you would like me to explain. Maybe games you would like me to play. Or other things. So I've been releasing a video a day. And this is actually going to be my 61st video. So yesterday was my 60th video, and I didn't actually even think about that at the time when I was doing the recording over it and then publishing it. This is my 61st video, which means I've been going strong for about 2 months now. And so I'd like to continue creating videos. I don't know if in the future I might slow down the videos, because I definitely love playing this game so much. It's been easy to produce these. But also in the future, and this is a learning experience for me, so I don't expect this series to do that well. But in the future, I might focus more on quality and actually reduce on quantity. At the moment, I don't know how to improve on quality, and so we'll get there when I can. So, but this has been fun for me to make, so at the moment, I kind of don't care if anybody likes these or not. I would like, if I got any feedback, I'd definitely involve it and everything. But, this is just one step closer to where I want to be. So thank you guys for watching. We'll make sure I finish watching the video in front of us, but we're definitely going to start that quartz here and make sure we get that going so we can see what it's like in the next video. And so after this, my recordings start working again, and I'll make sure that I don't have this happen again, but in the future I might do this intentionally. So let me know what you guys think. Maybe for the rest of this Satisfactory walkthrough I won't, but in future videos I'm pretty sure I will. That's going to be one way to up my production quality And it's funny, it was an accident, but this is what helped me realize that this might be a better way to go. So that's it for now. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.